and welcome inside another episode of the Sherwood Park Crusaders pregame show. My name is Zach Marks. Pleased to be bringing you this one from the Randy Rosen Rink here in Sherwood Park, Alberta. We're just behind me. The Sherwood Park Crusaders are getting their morning skate underway as they get set to take on the Calgary Canucks. Now it's a 5-4 shootout loss at the hands of the Lloydminster Bobcats on Wednesday night. A game that saw Sherwood Park jump out to a 2-0 lead early in the first period before three consecutive Lloydminster goals gave the Bobcats a 3-2 lead after 20 minutes. Brendan Cooney would tie the game at 3 before the teams would trade goals in the third period. Evan Arnold with his first goal in 13 games to hit number 25 on the season, but responded very quickly. Brock Krulicki tying the game, forcing overtime and eventually a shootout where the Bobcats would secure the extra point. Sherwood Park now 4 points back of the Bonnyville Pontiacs as they fall to 27-17, 3-2 in the North Division. 2 games in hand, one of them here tonight with an opportunity to close the gap to 2 points for third place in the North Division. Meanwhile, their opponents tonight, the Calgary Canucks, they're looking to lock down that final playoff spot in the South Division, currently sitting in 7th place, just ahead of the Olds Grizzlies, as the Grizzlies looking to track down the Canucks for that final spot in the South Division postseason. Calgary coming in with a record of 16-25, 6-2, as they will look to solidify their hold on that final spot with a win here tonight. These two teams have played twice already this season. Sherwood Park picking up a 13-0 win at the Showcase back in October, and then Calgary with a 3-2 win on their home ice back in November. A game that saw plenty of a drama. Garrett Tom scoring his first career AJHL goal as an affiliated forward for Sherwood Park, but it wasn't enough. Max Prasma's last game as a Crusader before being traded to the Calgary Canucks as he returns to his old barn for the first time since the trade. Now let's head to the pregame interview with head coach Evan McFeeters on how he felt his team performed on Wednesday night and what to expect out of their southern opponents here tonight. Joined now on the Crusaders pregame show by head coach Evan McFeeters. Evan, a 5-4 shootout loss to the Lloydminster Bobcats on Wednesday night. Walk me through your team's performance.
We started pretty well in the game. We jump out to a 2-0 lead, 2 power play goals, and a little bit of a mental lapse after they come back and they end up taking the lead within a 3-minute span. Bang, 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 and it was just a mental thing. It wasn't anything to do with the systematical stuff. We just took our foot off the gas. We let them outwork us, and in this league, that's all it takes. We got to start with our work ethic, and we jumped back on the horse after that, and we pushed pretty hard. I thought we dictated the pace of the game after that. But when you give a team a lead and give a team some belief there, it turns into a grind, and we battled back late in the game, and it goes into an overtime, and anything can happen there. So it's one of those performances that you look back and you want a little bit more. So tonight's an opportunity for us to make sure there's no more mental lapses. We can get together and put together just 10 minutes at a time of solid hockey and solid performances by all our groups, but it starts with how hard we're going to compete tonight.
What did you make of your team's response to the adversity of Wednesday night's game?
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of this group. All they've seen this year is adversity throughout the entire season, and tough schedule, little things that are out of our players' control in terms of what happened to our bus and some other injuries that we've had this year. And it seems that when our back is against the wall, we play our best hockey, and sometimes we put ourselves in a position where we have to play like that. And ideally, we don't always want to play with the fact that we have to battle back from deficits or something affects us negatively that we have to respond to. We got to get to the point where we need to jump on teams and stay on top of the game all the way through and seal out victories once we get leads.
Looking at tonight's opponent, the Calgary Canucks, you haven't seen them since the end of November. What are you expecting out of them?
Well, they're certainly better than their record. Everyone in the league knows that. I think they've played 12 overtime games this year and they've lost 8 of those. So if you swing that the other way, and those are all 8 victories, all of a sudden they're close to a 500 club. They got some pretty skilled guys at the top of their lineup, some older guys, and we obviously know Bowden Singleton's a dynamic player. Josh Barker's a good player. They got Saunders, they got Hipkin, they got a couple guys on the back end. They're much better than their record indicates, and in the back half of the year they've been winning a lot of hockey games against teams that are higher than them in the division.
One of the names on the roster that this group would be rather familiar with is goaltender Max Prasma. How does the familiarity with the goaltender play into tonight's matchup?
Yeah, we pre-scout the same regardless if the players played in our organization. We looked at the goaltending and whether our players feel a little bit of familiarity facing them in practice for whatever it was, the 2 months of the year. Maybe we got a little of an advantage there, but on the flip side, Praza's seen our guys. So whether they go with Praza or they go with their other guy tonight, I don't think it's going to change too much. We got information on both.
With the last matchup being back in November, this team was plagued with injuries. How much can you play into the previous matchups heading into tonight?
I don't think we can at all. That game had so much outside noise to it. I think we had 10 forwards in the lineup that night, and we had 5 defensemen, and we were coming off a 3-3. And yeah, I think going back that far, you take the good from the game that when we rewatch it, and you take the bad from the game. But there's been so many adjustments since then for both groups here. I think it's just going to be a fresh start.
All right, thanks for this, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Zach.
And that'll do it for another episode of the Sherwood Park Crusaders pregame show. Puck drop is 7 p.m. right here at the Sherwood Park Arena. It is Friday here at the Randy Rosen Rink. The first 40 orders of a medium fry from concessions will cost just a toonie. Get here early. You can grab your tickets at tickets.sherwoodparkcrusaders.ca or at the door when you get here. If you can't make it out to the building, I will have the call 7 p.m. on Hockey TV. For all of us in the Crusaders organization, we appreciate you tuning in, and we will see you at Puck Drop.